So the talk on everyone's lips right now is, how's Tiger Woods going to do this year? You know, is he going to be the Tiger of old? Probably not. What we're going to do is have a look through the years and see what's changed with him in the swing. Obviously, when the body's changed, but then will he be able to perform? I've no doubts. But let's take a look at the video and see what's actually changed in that swing over the years, and maybe how you can apply some of those changes as you've also got a little older, or if you're one of the younger audiences, what you can do that made Tiger amazing in his youth. So now I'm going to take a look at Tiger through the years, okay? What is it that is different? So we're going to have a look at the different eras of that golf swing, and you can see what has changed and what is applicable that maybe you can take away to help your game. So having a look here, this is early Tiger. This is kind of 97, 98. Super athletic posture, looks amazing, okay? Head's probably a little bit more back away from the spine in this direction here at address, as opposed to being a bit more in line with the spine, which would have the head, and rather than it being back, see it a little bit more forwards. What we then see is he takes it back. Great one-piece takeaway, really wide move away from the ball, which was traditionally a Tiger move. And what we see is at the top, little bit steep, very, very little hip rotation, club across the line, and if anything, club face very slightly closed relative to that left arm. Starting down, aggressive move with the lower body, right heel off the floor very, very early. Low arms really trying to work out to get room, but we can see now a big push up from the ground and a snap back with the lower body in this direction here because the heel is so far off the floor. Very, very open and quite vertical in the shoulder, but look how open those hips are right there. That's unbelievable. And then really everything just fires through. And this was a super impressive shot of Tiger's. As we could see here, it rolled through onto the green. You know, driving par fours, fairly typical of him back there, wouldn't we say? So what we then go on to next is we're having a look at, this is a 2001 Tiger Woods swing. Let's hit in a 3-wood. Okay, it's very, very similar. We're going to be in 3-woods and drivers in this analysis. Okay, and what we see here is club goes back, still one piece, not quite as much extension, better set of the wrists here. Club a little bit more aligned at the top, no, not as across the line. Club face more parallel to the left arm. Arms a little higher, okay, up on the shoulders. No, like I say, nowhere near as across the line. There is more hip turn, but not loads of it. Arms very much in front of the body. Nowhere near as aggressive with that right foot up in the air, okay. Upper body and shoulders kind of a little bit more in line and catching with those hips, nowhere near as closed down, and then everything kind of rotates through together to the finish. Then we fast forward to the swing when he was working with Haney. Now, I believe that this was when Tiger probably drove the ball one of the worst. So what we'll see here is swing where it gets very, very long at the top, okay? Much more up and in the set. Arms nowhere near as extended or as wide. Toe of the club much more up in the air. Club face fanning open a lot more. So see the club face a lot more open at this point. We then get towards the top. So if we had this as a true top of the backswing right here, we would see a completely different club face position. But what we saw was a huge run on. The arms kept going, and this was a controlled one for Tiger, okay? From there, lower body went early, okay? And we see a lot more flip with the hands. This was a controlled one on the driving range, but at that era, when we saw it on the golf course, this was what we took to the golf course back then. This was the first tee of the Ryder Cup, and we could see very long at the top, okay? A lot more hip rotation, okay? Club face a lot more neutral relative to that left arm, but the wrist is starting to get a bit bowed here at the top, not in the kind of flat cut position. And we'll see now a little bit more of the lower body that we saw in the very early days, but nothing like down what we're going to see today in a minute. Now, the one we saw then with the Foley era, was it started to tighten up a little. This was when they very first started working together in kind of, I believe it was Australia, but we could see the effect of the swing there, losing a lot of height in the backswing. So lost height here, knee compressing down a little bit more, but loads more hip rotation and starting to get the swing a bit shorter, okay? What we then see is more of a push-up, but we see a lot more room with the arms in front of the body, and everything can then rotate through together. And we saw a golf swing that was trying to get a lot more rotational, and what we'll see between now and then is we saw him staying in posture a lot, but I think it was just the compression down from that left leg that didn't necessarily help him. Now we fast forward to today's swing, and in today's swing what we then see is we see posture, very athletic, very Tiger, okay? First move, great one-piece move away from the ball, everything together, set. But here's the big one. Arms a bit more up on the body. Actually will suit his build a bit more, because I don't know the true body proportions, but longer lever player, sitting on top of the shoulders would be better. But we see compared to the youth there, club face parallel to that left arm, brilliant. A lot more hip rotation, gonna be great for the back because the hips are rotating deeper here, taking any pressure off that lower spine. What we will then see is on the way down, arms really get in front of the body, and because he can't unwind as aggressively in that lower body, I think this is going to be key because the arms have got off. Loads of daylight here, left arm from the body, and then we can see now foot staying down for longer through the ball, hips and shoulders much more matched to impact, way different than the 97 swing. No way you could hit the ball with that 97 swing now, but who can hit the ball like they did when they were in the youth? From here, everything comes much more through together, and the big thing we'll see is that that pelvis will tend to want to work up a little more, and he'll finish a lot taller, okay? But that will happen with the driver, and for most swings now, is we see this little jump around from the lower back here. That's because he can't unwind as hard, and then what he does is he stands up, like I say, in this direction with the pelvis, and then straightens the back up, and it's a different finish, but it's going to be different. But he's able to hit cuts, and he looks like he's got a lot of space, and he's been driving the ball great, which is fantastic to see. So obviously we could see massive changes there in Tiger. We've got huge amounts of opening with that lower body in the young days. Then we got it tightened in the Harmon years, and we saw that those arms came down a lot faster with Harmon, and he really worked at trying to get the arms to come down quicker to make sure they could catch back up with the hips and get everything a little bit more matched. We then went to the Haney, and under Haney, obviously, iron play was very, very good, but it became a bit longer off the tee, but a lot more erratic. Swing got longer, lost the kind of tightness that it had in the true, you know, everyone calls the heydays of the 2000, 2001. That was amazing, and that for me was probably the bit where we did swing at his best. And then obviously went to the bit with Foley, where actually it had a bit of a mixture of certain stuff that he'd done on the previous two swings, and then a little bit of the stuff that Sean had done back there where it was a little bit stack and tilt-esque. We know that Sean's massively moved away from that. Only look at Justin Rose now, and there's not even a semblance of any of that. Sean's evolved as a coach, as we all do over the years, keep getting better and better, and the stuff that he did with Tiger might have been at the wrong time. I don't think it hurt Tiger's back, go on record saying that, but I just obviously think that it probably wasn't the right thing for him during that time, but they still won, You can't go against that. Won and competed. Obviously then we've had the injuries, and who knows what's caused that, whether that's gym, golf swing, too much training. We have no idea. It could be a combination of everything over the years. We then fast forward to what we've got right now, and I'm seeing this and saying, you know what, that lower body is going to be slower. It can't be as open at impact. How possibly can he ever be as open at impact as he was, when he first came on tour and tore the field to shreds at the 97 Masters? Can't be as flexible as that because of the lower body. Can't create that separation where the upper body and the lower body separates to the massive degrees. That's probably going to do him a favour, because the problem when he could do that a lot was he left the arms behind. Because you can't do it as much, the arms are going to get much more in front. We saw at the event at the end of the year, he drove the ball phenomenally for him, okay, hitting a little tight cut, and I've discussed with a couple of people recently, best drivers have always cut it, Jack Nicklaus, Ben Hogan, Nick Faldo, Colin Montgomery, all faders of the golf ball. Then we go DJ, it's Miles with a cut, okay, and got Koepka hitting a cut, hitting Miles, and they're all pretty decent. I'm saying fade's going to be the way he's probably going to go off the tee. I think it's going to do him a favour, and I think having that lower half being slowed down is going to mean that he's going to be much more matched through the ball. The follow through will look a little bit kind of stood up and not where you'd maybe like to see it technically staying in posture, etc. But his body's not going to allow him to do that. I think they're doing a phenomenal job of making that swing work around what he's got. So what you could do is take out of this, you know, is he's working a golf swing around what he can do physically. There isn't just an, okay, we have to have a body that is A1 perfect for golf. It doesn't exist. We all have our own idiosyncrasies. He's working around his now. The key for you guys is find out what yours is, try and become better at them, and certain things that you can't do and maybe not got the time to do around work, etc. How can you make your swing function around any of those problems? Because this is what some of the best in the world are doing. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Obviously we want to see Tiger have a great season. Anything else you'd like to see discussed about Tiger's game video-wise, please comment below, let us know. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Thanks for watching, and talk with you again soon.